Quit India movement. India movement is also known as the August movement, as it started in the month of August. So, just as we studied in the case of Dandi March, that march can be interpreted in two ways. That Dandi March started on the month of March, and also it suggested marching forward, march from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi. So, that's why it was named Dandi March. So, when did Dandi March begin? Dandi March began on 12th March 1930. So, this Quit India movement is also known as August movement. The aim of the movement was to force Britishers out of the country, immediate withdrawal of the British from India. Call for the movement was given by Gandhi with the slogan "Do or Die." So he became stubborn. So he created this slogan "Do or Die." The Quit India resolution was adopted in the Wardha session of Indian National Congress on 8th August 1942. So 15th August 1947 is the date of independence when India finally achieved independence, and 1 week, 5 years before this Quit India resolution was adopted in the Wardha session. It was ratified in the Mumbai session of the Indian National Congress. So the final permission to actually start the Quit India resolution was given by the Mumbai session. In the Mumbai session of the Indian National Congress. Now, Quit India resolution. What were the resolutions? It demanded immediate withdrawal and complete withdrawal of British from India. In case of this not being conceded, Congress was to call a non-violent mass agitation under Gandhi's leadership. So, uh, it demanded a complete and immediate withdrawal of British from India, and in case this was not being considered or it was not being followed, Congress decided to call Congress would decide to call a non-violent mass agitation under Gandhi's leadership. Now, causes for this. What are the causes? Failure of the Cripps mission. In 1942, with chances of a Japanese attack looming large on India, Sir Stafford Cripps was sent by the government to patch up differences with the Indian National Congress and secure Indians' cooperation for the defense of the country. So, Sir Stafford Cripps was sent by the government to patch up differences between Indian National Congress and whom it's not written clearly. So we need to check this as well. Now, the concessions offered by the Commission were rejected on the following grounds. Cripps mission offered dominion status while Congress demanded complete independence. So, Cripps mission and Congress, there is a striking difference, and this difference is similar to, rather same to the difference between moderates and assertives. While moderates offer dominion status, yeah, assertives demanded complete independence. Similarly, here, Cripps mission offered dominion status, while Congress demanded complete independence. It said that states of India would have a right to reject the constitution and gain sovereign status. Congress feared that this would divide India into a number of independent states. So, probably Cripps mission said that the states of India would have the right to reject the constitution and gain sovereign status. So, the states would become independent, the states would become free. So, the Congress feared this possibility. It provided for nomination of representatives of princely states to the Constituent Assembly. Congress demanded that all representatives should be elected. So, Cripps mission provided for the nomination of representatives of princely states. So, Cripps mission demanded the representatives of princely states to be nominated. But Congress demanded that the representatives should be elected. It allowed Indians to become a part of the Viceroy's executive council and exercise administrative. It allowed Indians to become a part of the Viceroy's executive council and exercise administrative responsibilities over all matters apart from defense. So Cripps mission allowed Indians to become a part of the Viceroy's Executive Council and exercise all administrative responsibilities except for one responsibility, which was defense. Now, Congress said that in a war situation, defense was the most important administrative subject and hence demanded control over that as well. So, administration in administrative responsibilities, defense is the most important part. If you take out defense, if you eliminate defense, there wouldn't be many areas left. So that's why Congress said that in a warlike situation, defense was the most important administrative subject and hence demanded control over that as well. Now, danger of a Japanese attack. Now, we studied this at the beginning of this Cripps failure of Cripps mission under this subtopic. That in 1942, with the chances of a Japanese attack looming large on India, so Stafford Cripps was sent, and as a result, all of these rejections and everything happened. So the danger of Japanese attack. Now let's see whether that a Japanese attack actually occurred or not. Japan and Axis power had become very aggressive by 1942. So this is the year when all the things are happening. Quit India resolution is uh, being adopted. Then Japan is becoming aggressive, and this Cripps mission, failure of Cripps mission. Okay, it had attacked British colonies of Malaya, Singapore, Philippines, Myanmar, and was marching in the direction of Assam. So Assam is a state of India. So it had already attacked British colonies of Malaya, Singapore, Philippines, Myanmar, and was marching in the direction of Assam. In all the above areas, Britain had failed to provide effective security to the locals and chosen to withdraw. So British had proved to be weak. British Britain had failed to provide effective security. In all probability, the same fate awaited Indians should wait. In all probability, the same fate awaited Indians. A lot of misuse of commas are there. After awaited, a comma shouldn't be there. They should be omitted. Okay. So, Japan attack India. So, Japan will attack India and the British will surrender to the Japanese. So, this was very obvious. Hence, Gandhi demanded an immediate withdrawal of the British from India. So, because of the failure of the Scripps mission, in the Scripps mission, it was decided that the Cripps mission, it would offer dominion status. It would it said that the states of India would have the right to reject the constitution and gain sovereign status. Congress feared that this would divide India into a number of independent states. It provided for nomination of representatives of princely states to the Constituent Assembly. Congress demanded that all the representatives should be elected. It allowed Indians to become a part of the Viceroy's Executive Council and exercise administrative responsibilities over all matters apart from defense. Congress said that in a war situation, defense was the most important administrative subject and hence demanded control over that as well. The danger of Japanese attack. Japan and Axis power had become very aggressive by 1942. It had attacked British colonies of Malaya, Singapore, Philippines, Myanmar, and was marching in the direction of Assam. In all the above areas, Britain had failed to provide effective security to the locals and chosen to withdraw. In all probability, the same fate awaited Indians. That Japan would attack India eventually. Hence, Gandhi demanded an immediate withdrawal of British from India. Now, impact and significance. The movement was eventually brutally suppressed by the British. However, we fondly remember it for the following reasons. The movement was an important landmark in the history of India's struggle for independence. It showed the self confidence of the Indians and their capacity of self sacrifice. It made the Britishers understand that their days in India are numbered. It was the most intense mass movement in India since the revolt of 1857. So, this Quit India movement, it ultimately failed. It was brutally suppressed by the British. But what is the significance of this movement? We saw that after this, the resolution of this movement was taken up just after 5 years. the India ultimately achieved independence. So this had triggered independence in some ways. Now, the Britishers understood that the days in India's are numbered. It showed the self-confidence of India's Indians and their capacity of self-sacrifice. The movement was an important landmark in the history of India's struggle for independence. It was the most intense mass movement in India since the revolt of 1857. So, chapter has ended actually. The next topic is our non-cooperation movement. Here we will have uh, the non-cooperation movement. Okay, in the non-cooperation movement, non-cooperation with the evildoer, it was a law-breaking movement where Indians were not to cooperate with the British government in a non-violent manner. So whether it is Dandi March, whether it is civil disobedience, whether it's non-cooperation movement, or whether it's Quit India movement, in all the four movements, we had noticed one thing, that it was law breaking, but it was non violent. No violence was involved. Resolution adopted at Kolkata session of Indian National Congress. So, non cooperation movement, the resolution was adopted at Kolkata session of Indian National Congress. Resolution was ratified at Nagpur session of Indian National Congress. So again, the permission was given, or the official declaration, permission was done, given in the Nagpur session of Indian National Congress. Now causes are Rowlatt Act, Jallianwala Bagh tragedy, then Hindu Muslim unity, Chauri Chaura incident. These are the causes. So basically, Rowlatt Act. Rowlatt Act was introduced in 1919. Okay, 1919. So from 1914 to 1918, First World War was going on, and India didn't take part in this war. And in 1919 only, this Rowlatt Act was introduced by a sedition commission headed by Justice Rowlatt to suppress revolutionary upsurge in the country. It gave enormous powers to the police. The police could arrest anyone on suspicion, search a house without a warrant, punish without a trial, place restrictions on movement of individuals, suspend rights of habeas corpus. So habeas corpus is basically that writ where if a person is imprisoned without any proper cause, without any valid reason, then the court can the court can interrogate and ask the reason for the detention of that individual, and if the reasons are not sufficient, then the person will get freed. So uh, the police could arrest anyone on suspicion, search a house without a warrant, punish without a trial, place restrictions on movement of individuals, suspend rights of habeas corpus. So habeas corpus won't be followed anymore. As basic rights were violated, so people were dissatisfied. This was denounced by Gandhi as the Black Act. So this was denounced by Gandhi. Now there are Khilafat movement, Jallianwala Bagh tragedy, Hindu Muslim unity. We will discuss these later on. Chauri Chaura movement.